And I would like to acknowledge the words of Milind Patreji that the music is an important component that fills your heart with joy. Thank you once again. Now, I would request all the honorable dignitaries, those who are present here today, to kindly come forward for ringing the bell of world peace and democracy. This has been an important tradition of my MIT group of institutions that we all come forward and ring a bell whose sound would be heard by entire humanity. And the message that this particular stage is trying to give reaches through the sound of this bell to entire humanity. All the dignitaries are gathering for ringing the bell of peace and democracy to two important messages that we are trying to send from this particular stage today. Elder D. Todd Christopherson, Mrs. Christopherson, Dr. Vishwanath Karatsa, Honorable Dr. Michael Nobelji, Honorable Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar sir, Professor Rahul V. Karatsa, Elder Robert Williams, Honorable Father Funk, Dr. S.G. Kaisas, Dr. Mangesh Tukaram Karad, they all are joining hands for ringing the bell of democracy and peace. A round of applause, my friends, to supplement this sound of bell through which we are trying to send the message of peace and democracy to the entire world. What a beautiful tradition that MIT group of institution is having. Very unique tradition. Thank you very much. I would now request all the dignitaries to kindly grace the occasion by their presence on this august stage. I would request Elder D. Todd Christopherson, Mrs. Christopherson, Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, Honorable Dr. Michael Noble, Honorable Shri Baba Saheb Purandareji, Honorable Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar, Professor Rahul V. Karad, Honorable Mr. Matthew Holland, Honorable Shri Nanak Rupaniji, Dr. C.S. Pandav, Professor Swati Chate, Elder Robert Williams, Honorable Father Funk, Dr. S.G. Kaisas, Dr. Mangesh Karatsa, to kindly grace this occasion by their presence. All the dignitaries of Philosopher Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize conferring ceremony are making their way on the stage. It's really... I request everyone to kindly accept the chairs. Thank you. It's really our privilege and honor to have Elder D. Todd Christopherson along with the entire delegation from United States of America. I request each one of you to give a big round of applause for Elder D. Todd Christopherson and entire delegation of United States of America. Thank you very much, everyone, for making their way all the way here. And it's time when we respect the countries of each other by the national anthem. My dear friends, we are going to sing the national anthem at today's occasion. I would request each one of you to rise in your seats for the national anthem of United States of America, the Star-Spangled Banner. I would request the delegation of students from United States of America to kindly come forward for singing the national anthem.
broad stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. I would now request the student leaders of India to kindly come forward for singing the national anthem of India. Of course, I request all the students and family friends of MIT to sing the national anthem of India. Please come forward.
शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
Thank you. Thank you very much. I now request the President of World Peace Center, Alandi, Mines, MIT, Pune, India, Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karatsa, to kindly give away the welcome speech.
Friends, it really fills my heart with a sense of pride and pleasure and a tremendous sense of satisfaction on this unique occasion, and that too on the birthday ceremony of Philosopher Dnyaneshwara, and a Gokulashtami, the Krishna Jayanti. And what a good fortune, friends, that we are honoring one of the very unique personality from America, Salt Lake City, and conferring on him this most prestigious award in the name of Philosopher Dnyaneshwara, called as World Peace Prize, honoring Honorable Elder D. Todd Christopherson, who is a member of the Quorum of 12 Apostles, the Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City, USA. Once again, I would say it has been a very satisfying moment, and possibly may prove to be an historic moment in the human race, in the whole of the world. I am saying this word not because with a sense of ego or pride. But friends, as I said to you, what a good fortune that we have Dr. Michael Noble from the Nobel Peace Trust present for this occasion. And we have one of the most leading and most honored, respected, and highly revered personality, Honorable Shiv Shahir Baba Sahab Purandare, aged only 95 or 96, to bless us on this occasion. And I can see many a number of delegates on the stage, but the presence of these few great humanitarian people to confer this World Peace Prize in the name of one of the great philosophers, saints of India, Sant Dnyaneshwara. The moment we utter the name of Sant Dnyaneshwara for Mother India and for Maharashtra, especially when I see the great Warkari leaders and the men of Kirtankar, Pravachankar, Tanpure Maharaj, Rameshwar Shastri, Prakash Maharaj Javanjal, and many others, and my own elder brother, Tulsiramji Karad, to whom I say Anna. This has been very fortunate that on this auspicious occasion, we are trying to talk in the name of Philosopher Sant Dnyaneshwara, who has been the embodiment of the knowledge divine and peace. But possibly, let me tell you friends, a few words. This institution, which is now being recognized as the MIT World Peace University, which was dreamt almost quite for some time, 10, 15 years, has come into existence for a mission. And when I said Mr. Dr. Michael Noble's presence, Baba Sahib Purandare's presence, and the person who has been a great humanitarian, who has dedicated his life in the services of the global society, Elder D. Todd Christopher's son, who has very kindly accepted this honor, we feel highly proud of it. Let me make some few comments on this occasion. When I say welcome to all of these great men with 60-member delegation, possibly visiting this place called World Peace Center, Mother India. Let me tell you, Honorable Todd Christopher's son and his friends who are the Vice Chancellors, my Richard Nelson is sitting, many other people are sitting on the dais. Nanak Rupani, who has been responsible to get Mr. Michael Noble for this occasion. Swami Agnivesh ji, who has been one of the very great champion for Mother India to promote this culture of peace in the world. Let me tell you, this institution for the last 30 years or so has been trying to follow in the footsteps of the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda. And naturally, under the guidance of Dr. Raghunath Mashalkar and Vijay Bhatkar, who is my friend, one of the leading computer scientists of the whole world, Param Supercomputer has been the creation which has shown a new pathway. But for Todd Christopher's son, I would like to make a mention to you. This scientist, Vijay Bhatkar, has been a very unique person, and I call him as a saintly scientist. His mindset is like a saint. Santa Vritticha Shastrajna, saral saral. I know that all my American friends are very curious to know the heart and mind of this institution. But it has been always following in the footsteps of the words of wisdom spoken by the Swami Vivekananda in 1893. It was the day of 11 September 1893, while addressing the first Parliament of Religions, world religions. In Chicago, America, this great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda, had addressed and said 3 sentences at that time. And he told all the great scholars, thinkers, philosophers, scientists, men of religion, men of spirituality, more than 5,000 great men gathered from the world over. He is addressing those people and making an appeal to them that, friends, remember, union of science and religion oblique spirituality alone, I say alone, will help to bring harmony and peace to mankind. दुनिया के सामने शांति का, सुख, समाधान का रास्ता वही हो सकता है उसी दिन when the humanity and the human race will understand what is the appropriate role of the science, scientific component, technology, and the spiritual component of religion, and wherein he gave a meaning to what religion stands for. He uttered that time that religion is nothing but to perform one's duty. Duty toward the mother, duty toward the father, the family, the society, the nation, and the whole world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. There is a very typical phrase which has been moved almost 5,000 to 10,000 years back in India. All the great sages, seers, and scientists of this country have been speaking this word, world as one family. What a beautiful message. And it speaks about the principles and laws of nature and life. But this sentence of Swami Vivekananda became our main ideal. And fortunately, friends, as this institution and myself, we belong to the very Varkari cult who are sitting here in front of me, the Vaishnavites. Vishnumaya Jaga Vaishnavansa Dharma. Bheda Brahma Amangad. Can you imagine, Christopher son, that this person has been trying to advocate through this Varkari cult that they do not differentiate between the caste, creed, and religion, and they do not know the differences between the people like this. And I know Dr. Christopher's son has been a champion, rendering his humane services for the well-being and the welfare of the humanity. And that's the reason possibly we have met. We have come for a common cause on this common platform to promote culture of peace in the world. Through, again, I repeat, the appropriate understanding of the role of science and spiritual component of life, and not to confuse with what that world religion stands for. The beautiful aspect of, friends, for us is that I once again repeat, the presence of Dr. Michael Noble and my friend Christopher's son and his team, and we ourselves standing on this platform, possibly is a good omen. This day, 14th of August, Monday the 14th of August, 2017, a day just before the Independence Day of 15th of August. And in the name of Dnyaneshwara, when we are conferring this award for promoting world peace, may prove to be historic. I repeat this again. It's a small signal. It's a small beginning. And at least as the head of this institution, when I'm trying to say these words to welcome all my guests, and especially the chief guest who is being honored on this occasion, I have a hope that in the future, possibly the very education system which we have world over, which is more based on the scientific and technical aspects, the IT, computer, particle physics, Wi-Fi, every name you take, and possibly we have been very well proceeding ahead, talking of the space and the other technologies, we have been successful. And your small instrument which you try to use, you just click and you talk to the whole world. Let me tell you, Christopher son, that please remember, these very great saints of India about whom I said to you, Sant Dnyaneshwara, at the age of 16, only 16, remember, he writes a commentary on Bhagavad Gita, the scripture of the Hindus. But he says he is writing the scripture with a verse like Om Namo Jiyadya Veda Pratipadya Jaya Jaya Swasamvedya Atmarupa. Let me tell you, he says that he is writing this scripture, Dnyaneshwari, to understand the ultimate reality, the ultimate truth. And you know it very well. either through science and spiritual component, the goal is the same. And beautifully he answers and says that the entire universe is a manifestation of pure intelligence and consciousness. Jaya Jaya Swa Samvedya, Atma Rupa. Very typical Marathi language. But remember, friends, the greatest scientist of the whole world, like Albert Einstein, who gave an equation like E equal to mc squared to the whole world, who also showed the pathway of the God particle or Higgs boson particle. But these words have been so unique. And this great scientist of the whole world, Einstein, says at the end of his life, remember, and he says, "Oh God, now I realize," I don't know what he means exactly by God the Almighty, but he says, "Now I realize that the entire universe is a manifestation of pure intelligence and pure consciousness." The same words which were uttered by Sant Dnyaneshwara at the age of 16. And another great philosopher, saint of India, Sant Tukaram, had said, "Anu renu thokola, and tuka akasha yoda." I am the smallest of the small particle of the universe. But what type of particle? It can encompass the entire universe. What a beautiful thing. Friends, I am not praising because they are Indians, but I am trying to just convey to you, and I have a hope that hereinafter, all the great scholars, thinkers, philosophers, scientists, men of religion and men of spirituality, and men like Philosopher himself and Mr. Michael Noble, we will try to certainly think and formulate a new education system, which we are going to call not Indian, but the value-based universal education system. I'm using the word universal. You know it, universal. When I say universal, it does not mean every nation has its own history, the culture, the tradition, the geography is different, but the time-tested values are common, remember. Because the universe has its own laws, and every nation should have its own law, but it should run close to the rule of life of the people, because the rule of the life of the people is close to the rule of Mother Nature. All these aspects are to be understood, and possibly if the whole world, if possible. We are not claiming that we will transform the whole thing, but if the people like Christopher Sun or the Michael Noble and like-minded people world over, and the Vice Chancellor, the Chancellors, the governments, the society, if they can understand possibly, not that we are saying is the only right thing, but if they understand and bring these two components of science and spiritual component together and formulate an education system, maybe it can minimize the chaos, confusion, bloodshed, massacre and terrorism in the whole world. You know, in the name of religion, there is a horrifying thing. Either in Hindus, the Shaivas and the Vaishnavites, in Islam, Shias and Sunnis, in Christianity, there is a Protestants and Catholics, and there is a chaos. Possibly it is because of Sant Dnyaneshwara says at the age of 16, this is only the ignorance part of it. He to adnyanache moola samajhle. What a beautiful thing, and friends, now I don't claim that I'm something very unique to know and understand all this, but because being an engineer, being a man of Vaishnavite cult, I have tried to understand this, and I think the new historic process may begin world over and formulate some education system in the world. That's my feeling. Once again, welcome everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It has been your vision that we all are following. It's really important that we understand it. Thank you very much. I would now request Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir, along with Shri Rahul Karat sir, to kindly felicitate the dignitaries, those who are present here with us today. Starting with, I would request sir to kindly felicitate Honorable Dr. Michael Noble. Please put your hands together as we felicitate and welcome Honorable Dr. Michael Noble. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I would now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome Honorable Shri Baba Saheb Purandareji. Maharashtra sa ladka vyaktimatva. A big round of applause for Honorable Shri Baba Saheb Purandare ji. Thank you very much, sir, for your presence here today. Thank you. I would now request, sir, to kindly felicitate Honorable Father Funk. Honorable Father Funk. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence. A big round of applause for Honorable Father Funk. I would now request, sir, to kindly felicitate and welcome Elder Robert Williams. Honorable Robert Williams. A big round of applause for Elder Robert Williams. Thank you very much for your presence here today, sir. I now request, sir, to kindly felicitate and welcome Honorable Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar, sir, the father of Param Computer of India. A big round of applause for Vijay P. Bhatkar, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I would now request, sir, to kindly felicitate Honorable Mr. Matthew Holland. A round of applause. Honorable Dr. Matthew Holland. A big round of applause for him. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence. I now request Honorable Shri Nanik Rupani. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence. I also request, sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. Richard Nielsen. Thank you very much for your presence, sir. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much. I now request the Executive President of MIT World Peace University, Professor Rahul V. Karatsa, to say a few words about the Global Summit on Science and Spirituality for the World Peace.
Janani Janmabhumishya Swargadapi Gariyasi. Behalf of the bodies of trustees of MICE MIT Group of Institutions, our beloved founder Dr. Vishwanath Karad, the Governing Council of Philosopher Shri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize, Dr. Gunath Mashelkar sir, the member of the body, the most respected Dr. Vijay Bhatkar. Let me welcome from my bottom of heart once again to Honorable Elder D. Todd Christopherson, Mrs. Christopherson, and all the delegates who have come from different parts of the country, I mean to say different parts of America, and particularly from the Mormon community. I welcome all of you from my bottom of heart, each one of you and all the people sitting in the audience. On behalf of my students, on behalf of my staff, and everybody, we were so eager, I must say, Honorable Christopherson ji, that your presence today has really motivated us. And rather, I must say that this very conference, which was inaugurated yesterday, the union of science and spirituality alone can bring peace to the mankind, this very thought process which we are carrying from so many years. And because of your visit, I must say, Honorable Christopherson, that this conference of Global Summit on the Science and Spirituality for the Peace, for the World Peace, has taken the birth. And this is the first edition. Very beautifully, my students, last 2 days, they participated. And it was a wonderful response. And I feel that on the eve of, this MIT World Peace University, just 4 to 5 months before the act was passed, and my institution trust got this very important university, which is supposed to be the flagship university of this group called MIT World Peace University, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University. What a good fortune that, sir, you are here. I have no words to express my happiness that this first edition of Science and Spirituality Conference for the World Peace, I always keep saying, some of you must have heard, but because of the respected guest here sitting on the dais, the thought process was Dr. Karad, sir, what he is propagating last 35 years, that the Bin Laden was also engineer, but a destructive mindset. How do we develop a constructive people for the society, the graduates, the professionals? That is a quest of this organization. And that's how Dr. Karad sir's dream has come true, I must say, that after 35 years now, and he was chasing the government from quite a long time, the central government as well as the state government, that this country should have one university at least, which really promotes this value of world peace. And though we were working very much under the one center called World Peace Center, and we were doing so many activities, and we were already pursued as a university, and evolving as a private university is by choice. We thought of, with this time, we evolved as a MIT World Peace University, and we are very proud that all the students, from morning they are sitting, last 2 days also, number of other students. This very campus has some 18,000 students, and last 2 days, the batches after batches, some around 7,700 students are sitting in this pandal today, and they are from different disciplines, the engineering, management, and pharmacy, and undergraduate program, postgraduate program, and there are some school children also from various other schools, the primary, pre-primary schools. I welcome them also from my bottom of heart, that you are a very important, the peace ambassadors, I must say, that you are going to evolve as the peace ambassadors from this MIT World Peace University. I have only few feelings which I feel like expressing today, that I always say that America is the oldest democracy, very, the prosperous democracy, I must say, and mature democracy, and we are the largest democracy in the world. And how these two democracies can really come close. And I'm working on those lines, and I'm telling my youngsters in my country that Indian Students' Parliament, that educated youth must come into the public life. They should not shy away from polity, and let us clean the governance model of India, wherein we always abuse politicians and political parties, and and so we white-collar people, we feel politics is not a good thing. And that's how we established in the year 2005 the first school of India on the lines of John F. Kennedy School of Government, the first school of India called MIT School of Government, which is the first school to develop the future politicians. And I'm very happy that under the World Peace Center, last almost 12 years, we are successfully, various students have passed out, and they are working in good governance, democracy, and various political setup. So that is the achievement of this very school. And what a good fortune today that when Dr. Karad came from America, when Ashok Joshi ji, who is very much a classmate of Dr. Karad, and he rather invited him there, and it was a big honor from all of you there, all the American delegates, and of course the Honorable Christopherson, and they shared, as they came back, all my people here, and Dr. Karad also shared that what a value system. There is so much of similarity, my dear students, you all must know that. It is a small community in America. We all know the JW Marriott Hotel, or various such very prosperous community, but we must go into the details why. I want all of you to Google and understand the kind of value systems these people have propagated in that. In the West, generally, there is a nucleus family. I mean to say, there are, the families are divided very small. In India, we talk about joint family system and so many things, and even we have in urban areas, we have our own issues. But I think there is so much to learn from these people, and today the head of this community, Honorable Christopherson ji, is here. We are really honored, and there is so much of, so we have to understand, while building up the society, what are those characteristics, what are those value systems through which we can make our own development, our society development, our family development, and ultimately the nation's development. And so that's how I look at it, that MIT World Peace University we have evolved, and from day one, the science and spirituality component, what we are talking about. So we are evolving as our own method called WPU method, the World Peace University method. Our team, our teachers, this campus has some 700 faculty members. They all are working to develop the World Peace methodology. That this methodology we want to, and we look at that this very institution. I say that, my dear students and all the faculty members, that we have to evolve in such a fashion that this MIT World Peace University becomes the mother of various institutions in the country to propagate this idea of science and spirituality and the value system, the universal value system, what we talk about, respecting the humanity, respecting each other, and our knowledge, how do we utilize for the betterment? Any company you go, the best of the best multinationals of anywhere you go, ultimately what is what we have to achieve. The materialistic wants and needs are very, very important in life, but I think unless and until, many times it happens that we become educated, we earn so much of money and we become self-centered. What is the use of that education? So without, taking too much, I think the fundamental you must understand, and as a executive president of this MIT World Peace University, I thought of sharing few thoughts. Dr. Karad sir spoke wonderfully just now and shared his mind and heart, I must say. And once again, this 7th award of Sant Dnyaneshwara World Philosopher Sant Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize. And we are honored, sir, that your very presence has motivated all my staff and students. And because this community has so many institutions in America, and I feel that all the president and the important people sitting on the dais and in the audience, that MIT World Peace University and this institution, we come close, and we built up a great community which can work for the world peace. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The memories of Philosopher Sant Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize ceremony are always very fresh and live in our minds. But of course, it would be a very nostalgic moment for all of us to recollect all those memories. I would request my technical team to kindly relay a film which is made specially on Philosopher Sant Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize ceremonies.
इंद्रायणी काठी तीर्थक्षेत्र आळंदीच्या विश्वरूप दर्शन मंचावर पुण्याच्या मायर्स MIT आणि विश्वशांती केंद्र आळंदी या संस्थांच्या वतीनं हजारो वैष्णव आणि भाविकांच्या उपस्थितीत ऐतिहासिक अशा तत्वज्ञ संत श्री ज्ञानेश्वर जागतिक शांतता पुरस्कार प्रदान सोहळ्याचं आयोजन करण्यात आलं होतं.
की हा जो पुरस्कार आहे हा जगातील एक उच्चतम आणि श्रेष्ठतम पुरस्कार म्हणून येत्या काळात जगासमोर येईल.
श्री श्री रविशंकरांच्या भगिनी भानुदिदींचा सत्कार केला.
Philosopher Sant Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize 2006 be conferred on His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji. The whole India possibly feels so happy and so proud that the committee had chosen a very appropriate person of the excellence and the nobility of mind.
भी मंच पे बैठे हुए लोग जो हैं वो ज्ञानेश्वर भक्त हैं और दीदी मतलब लता मंगेशकर भी ज्ञानेश्वर भक्त है, आप सबको मालूम है.
Dharayate iti dharma. That which sustains life is dharma.
कौन कहता है ईश्वर नजर नहीं आता? यहाँ आके पूछो इन सब से, ईश्वर के सिवा कुछ नजर नहीं आता.
प्रोफेसर सुधीर राणे यांनी विज्ञान आणि अध्यात्माचा समन्वय साधण्याची शपथ घेतली. प्रोफेसर मंगेश कराड यांनी आभार प्रदर्शन केलं.
What an event. And what a place. Just look around. You utter the word peace and you see in this great hall that Professor Vishwanath Karad has built.
Such a wonderful couple who is working so much for the world peace. And even the daughters of Soyanji Parivar, I welcome once again on behalf of the ISMIT group.
Dadaji, we have not done any honor, but by accepting the award on behalf of the mission, you have honored us, you have honored Dr. Karad, Dr. Mashelkar, all the members of Peace Center, including myself.
I will not say more today, but then may we be so blessed by the Holy One, by the great saints of Maharashtra.
All the saints have the great divine power to touch the minds of the millions of people, which we are experiencing today.
The first World Philosophers Meet or this prize was given to Mata Amrutanmayi Devi, great lady Matrudevo Bhava. The second was given to Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, the man a part of living, world famous, world known person who has been conveying the message of peace and science and spirituality. The third prize was given to Hiru Sayonji and Masame Sayonji for their great contribution for peace. And the fourth was given to Dada J.P. Vaswani, and what a fortune that fifth prize of this World Philosophers name in the name of Dnyaneshwara is being conferred onto Dr. Vijay Bhatkar. We are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. I have no words. I'm grateful for all of you, and especially I welcome the Honorable Bharat Ratna Abdul Kalam Sahab.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm sure we all must have got nostalgic while viewing all those visuals and recollecting all those memories back. I would now request the Chancellor of Nalanda University and world-famous computer scientist, Professor Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar sir, to kindly say a few words about World Peace Prize. Please welcome, with a big round of applause, Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar sir.
Today is a very, very auspicious day, not only for India, but perhaps for the entire world. At least 1 billion people in this vast country called Bharatvarsha, called India, and across the world are celebrating this day as the birthday of the divinity Lord Krishna. Today we are celebrating also the spirit of peace on this occasion. In the backdrop of the world history of 10,000 years, history is of course very long, but the recorded history of 10,000 years, if we traverse across those 10,000 years, we could see that this history is written with the wars of the world. It is very unfortunate for the entire humanity. When we read history history of the wars of the kings throughout the period of history. In the last century alone, we have seen century began with World War I, and then we went on a war in which we saw the unfortunate massacre of millions and millions of the people of different countries, different religions throughout the world. And then we had a series of wars. Even this century, the 21st century, as we're aspiring for peace, also began with the Iraq war, unfortunately. And the specter of that war, the conflicts, still looms large on us. And now, that whole specter of terrorism which we are confronting. It is in this backdrop, I remember Professor Vishwanath Karad, the preceptor of this new university, this campus. Years back we used to speak, what can we do? And this campus has been blessed by Saint Dnyaneshwara. Saint Dnyaneshwara is a very embodiment of peace. If you ask me, if you see the entire humanity scan, one person, one individual, one incarnation, who is nothing but peace, is Saint Dnyaneshwara. And the idea occurred that there are Nobel Peace Prize, there is a Mahatma Gandhi Peace Prize, but we should institute as a tribute to Saint Dnyaneshwara a peace prize, a World Peace Prize in the name of Saint Dnyaneshwara. And the idea was born. And as you saw, over the years, this award was conferred on great people, starting from Mata Amritanandamayi, as Professor Vishwanath Karad, as the video was shown to you. This is the 9th award, 9 times this award, and this award is being conferred on Elderly Todd Christopher's son, Honorable Christopher's son. I remember as Professor Vishwanath Karad, after his historical address in Salt Lake City, Utah, when he came back, he was so overwhelmed by the spirit of this Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints of Utah, and particularly Honorable Elder D. Todd Christopher's son, and naturally the idea sprang that this award this time must be conferred on Professor Christopher's son. Sir, you are here on this momentous occasion and on this day to celebrate peace for the world and World Peace Prize. We are very happy that this prize which is conferred on you will inspire many people, will inspire many institutions, the institutions that you have created, the institutions that Professor Karad has created, and many young people who are studying here to nurture, to create the spirit of peace across the world. We are very happy on this occasion that this Peace Prize in the name of Saint Dnyaneshwara will be conferred on you in the presence of so many distinguished people across the world, from the US, from India, and this will be conferred by the Gate Michael Sir, who is with the foundation of Nobel Peace, and also our own Honorable Baba Sahib Shiv Shahir Purandare. So I'm very happy. I greet you all. I welcome you all for this great occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. A big round of applause once again for Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And now, at this momentous occasion, I would request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly unveil and publish a memorial volume conveying Philosopher Saint Dnyaneshwara's life message of knowledge divine and peace, along with the volume of religious scriptures are truly life-guiding scriptures based on the philosophy of Century Dnyaneshwara at the auspicious hands of Honorable Elder D. Todd Christopherson, Honorable Dr. Michael Noble, and Shivashahir Baba Saheb Purandareji. Along with all the dignitaries on the dais. Please give a big round of applause, my friends, as both these important scriptures are now formally inaugurated at the hands of all the dignitaries on the dais. A big round of applause, my friends, please. Thank you. I also request all the dignitaries to kindly unveil the very first brochure of Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, who is now going to begin with his first ever academic year at the auspicious hands of all the dignitaries on the dais, along with Elder D. Todd Christopherson, Honorable Dr. Michael Noble, and Shivashahir Baba Saheb Purandareji, and all other dignitaries present. I request all the dignitaries to hold the front page forward so that these memories can be preserved for lifetime. A big round of applause once again, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you. I now request the President of Utah Valley University, Dr. Matthew Holland, to express his thoughts.
It is a great signal honor for me to be here today with you, representing Utah Valley University in the United States of America. We are a very large public institution of higher education that feels a great kinship with this campus and the leadership of it. We are also here as friends and supporters of Elder Christopherson. He's a key figure in our community, a great spiritual leader and wise man of affairs, and we salute him today, Elder Christopherson, and signal your honor. I wish to say that Utah Valley University is a public institution. It's not a religious institution, and yet it's an institution that embraces great values. The values that we see here on display at this institution. Values of humanity, values of peace, values of seeking truth and enlightenment. Values that believe and are committed to this idea that as we study, as we learn, as we draw out the best in each other, that we will prosper together and that we can live in greater peace and accord with one another. We are very grateful to Dr. Karad for his leadership, for his, yes, thank you. We affirm what he teaches, that when we bring together the best of science, the best of religion, the best of spirituality, that it will help address our most pressing problems. There aren't enough people in the world doing this. We're grateful for his leadership, and that an institution would be committed to personal human transformation. What a noble ideal. I express our commitment and support of Utah Valley University, along with many universities. I'm joined here by colleagues from Utah, from Westminster, Salt Lake Community College, each very different institutions, but again with very similar aims, believing that working together we can improve the human condition. It's a great honor for us to be here with you today. We thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, President Holland. I now request the eminent philosopher and thinker, Father Fung, to express his thoughts.
Honorable Dr. Karad, Dr. Noble, Elder Christofferson, and other distinguished guests and friends here gathered at this remarkable university, I'm very honored to be with you today. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is a faith of 16 million members in over 170 countries. It was founded by the prophet Joseph Smith in 1830 in the state of New York in the United States of America. The prophet Joseph Smith was born in 1805 and was martyred because of his beliefs in 1844. Though he lived only 38 years, he taught important principles relating to religious freedom and peace and harmony among all people that continue to influence his faith as well as many others throughout the world. Though the Constitution of the United States and its Bill of Rights assured people of religious freedom at the time that he lived, there were many who opposed him and those who followed him. And yet, he taught that all of us should have the opportunity to worship how, where, or what we may. He said that if a religious opinion does not infringe on the rights and liberty of others, human law should not prescribe rules of worship to bind the conscience of men, nor dictate forms of public or private devotion. He also taught that obeying the law, being honest, and doing good to all people were important attributes for those who followed this new established church. In 1842, in response to an inquiry from a newspaper editor, he wrote 13 statements that are now known as our Articles of Faith. Among these are these statements. We claim the privilege of worshiping Almighty God according to the dictates of our own conscience, and allow all men the same privilege. Let them worship how, where, or what they may. Another one, we believe in being honest, true, chaste, benevolent, virtuous, and in doing good to all men. Joseph Smith faced great persecution because of his beliefs and his ideas during his time. Like many others, he gave his life because of what he believed. Just 4 months before his death, he made this statement about living in a peaceable way with others. He said, "A soft answer turns away wrath, says the wise man, and it will be greatly to the credit of the Latter-day Saints to show the love of God by now kindly treating those who may have, in an unconscious moment, done them wrong. For truly, said Jesus, pray for thine enemies." Our motto, then, is peace with all. If we have joy in the love of God, let us try to give a reason for that joy, which all the world cannot gainsay or resist. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints continues to follow these principles. We seek to implement them in the way that we practice our faith. As followers of Jesus Christ, we strive to assist the poor and the needy, and throughout the world we administer aid regardless of one's faith, religion, nationality. So today, we are very honored that the church and one of its leaders, Elder D. Todd Christofferson, is being recognized. We believe that this church is the Church of Jesus Christ, established based upon the same teachings, the same doctrine, and even the same organization that he established. As you may know, when he was on the earth, he had 12 apostles. Today in our church, we also have 12 apostles, and Elder Christofferson is one of those living apostles. So today we thank you, Dr. Karad, this marvelous university, for this great honor that you bestow upon us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And now, my friends, the moment has arrived. With the permission of Honorable Dr. Vishwanath Karat, sir, I would like to begin the divine protocol of the conferment ceremony of Philosopher Century Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize. To begin with, I would first request my technical team to kindly relay a film which will take us through the life and work of Elder D. Todd Christopherson, the representative of the Church's Quorum of the 12 Apostles.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints offers a message of peace to the world. It is a message rooted in our fundamental belief that we are all the spirit offspring of God, our Heavenly Father, and that we lived with Him prior to our birth into this mortal world, and that our destiny is to live with Him again eternally. This means that we are, each of us, quite literally brothers and sisters, and that we share responsibility for lifting each other up. As a member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles of the Church, my mission is to travel the world, spreading this message of hope, redemption, and peace. We care deeply about the spiritual welfare and development of God's children, but we realize that physical well-being is also critical. Spiritual and physical welfare are intertwined, and those who are hungry and homeless, those who lack education and opportunity, and all who are in need for so many different reasons must be remembered and buoyed up. As brothers and sisters, we are to look after one another. I'm standing in what is known as the Bishop's Storehouse in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the United States of America. It is one of many facilities across the world that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has established to help provide for those in need. Through the generous donations of millions of our members, we can provide needed supplies in times of war, natural disaster, and other calamities, as well as help with the ongoing challenges of poverty and disease. We also do our best to help those in need become self-sufficient. Let's look at some of these efforts across the globe.
Thank you.
This seems to me pure religion and undefiled, as it says in the scriptures. Seeing our brothers and sisters in need and doing something about it. We're reaching out heart to heart and hand to hand and soul to soul.
The church provided us food, hygiene kits, and clothing.
I give thanks because at that moment they were always by our side. Even though we are not members of their church, we always receive their support.
I think that the manifestation of love that has been expressed in the way the LDS Church has provided assistance, boy, that's a powerful, powerful message.
Our partnership with the LDS Church is absolutely essential for the Red Cross to be able to fulfill its mission every single day. With us, the church has been there in so many different parts of the world in large numbers, but it really comes down to the individual. It's when you look at those individual stories that it brings our mission to life.
When I saw him for the first time, he seemed in bad shape. I thought he wasn't going to live.
Each day in our hospital, approximately 2 or 3 children need to be resuscitated at birth. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has given us a marvelous contribution by providing courses in neonatal resuscitation. We carry out 2 to 3 training courses each year to train about 10 to 15 doctors, nurses, and medical residents.
Training the trainers. And that group can then teach and train. And so there's a sort of a ripple effect here that little pebble in the pond goes a very long way.
Every time I come, I see him nice and clean and healthy. I see him breathing better, calmly. I thank God for everything he has given me. For the baby who is making good progress, I thank God.
Prayers are answered most of the time, I think, by God using other people. Well, I pray that he'll use us. I pray that we'll be the answer to people's prayers.
The most critical thing about disaster response is moving large groups of people to the site of the disaster. And there is no one that can mobilize groups of people better than the LDS Church. They have helped us in our vaccine program to help stamp out measles, which sadly is a disease that takes the lives of so many children each year. We're very aggressively vaccinating children all around the world, and they have helped us by providing feet on the ground to help us be able to do this.
I think when groups of different faiths can come together, it can be transformative.
Not caring about what religion somebody might be, or what political persuasion or ethnicity. If you need help, you're helped. I think it sort of boils down to true believers of Christ and his teachings, and I'm amazed at every aspect of every life that the LDS Church touches throughout the world.
In our country, very few people have water in their homes. All are used to the custom of going to fetch water from either the pond or rivers or streams. When people use dirty water, they are always affected by cholera, malaria, and it even goes to typhoid.
Dirty water means unhappiness. There will be many sickness. Clean water means happiness.
If I could speak for the people of Sierra Leone, I will say a big thank you to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for blessing our lives, for coming to our aid at the most needed time, for saving lives, for saving children who would have died. We appreciate it so much.
We all have ringing in our ears Jesus' declaration that inasmuch as you've done it unto the least of these, you've done it unto me. The great commandments are to love. It's a Christian motive of the highest order and a satisfaction that is far beyond anything of this world.
If I would talk to the people that put these things together, is to tell them their time and their efforts do not go in vain, that many lives will be blessed, because I know how each of these things bless the lives of me and my people in those times of needs. It makes me feel the love of God to know that we're all in this world to bless each other's lives.
Yes,
Yes, it is amazing what can be accomplished when people come together in faith to help others. There's empathy, there's compassion, and there's recognition that as children of the same God, He expects that we will love and serve one another. We may speak different languages and come from a variety of cultural backgrounds, but we're all united in our desire to lift people in need. As we put our faith into action and join our efforts with others, we hope to bring peace and goodwill to humankind.
Definitely calls for a big round of applause, my friends. And I'm sure, so that we discovered today through this film that one secret of bringing peace, Elder Christopherson, that the smile on people's face is a bright way of achieving peace. Thank you very much. I would now invite Elder Robert Williams to introduce all of us with Elder D. Christopherson.
Good morning, friends, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests in the dais and students of MIT. It's my honor to introduce to you Elder D. Christopherson. Elder D. Christopherson is a member of the Church Quorum of the 12 Apostles. The Quorum of the 12 Apostles, together with the First Presidency, constitute the governing authorities of the Church. Elder Christopherson and the other apostles traveled the world delivering a message of peace and hope for all of God's children. To date, Elder Christopherson has personally visited and worked with church members and government, civic and religious leaders in 80 nations. Elder Christopherson was born in the state of Utah in USA and graduated from high school in New Jersey. He earned his bachelor's degree from Brigham Young University and went on to earn a law degree from Duke University. He practiced law in Washington, D.C., and later worked as legal counsel in the banking industry. Early in his law career, he served as law clerk to Judge John J. Sirica in Washington, D.C., ably assisting the judge with all aspects of what were known as the Watergate trials and White House tapes proceedings, which in the end led to the resignation of U.S. President Richard M. Nixon. Elder Christopherson currently resides at the church headquarters, Salt Lake City, Utah. He has also lived in Argentina and Mexico and speaks Spanish and Portuguese. Elder Christopherson and Catherine, his wife of 49 years, are the parents of 5 children and have 16 grandchildren. Over the course of his full-time church service since 1993, Elder Christopherson has been heavily involved in administering humanitarian efforts globally with particular focus in Latin America. A central tenet of the church's mission is to love and care for all of God's children, as taught and exemplified by Jesus Christ. With this purpose in mind, the church engages in numerous humanitarian projects throughout the world. These include emergency assistance in times of disaster, as well as administering programs to strengthen individuals, families, and communities. The church's humanitarian and welfare efforts are funded primarily by donation from church members, 100% of which goes directly to help the poor and needy. Elder Christopherson is known as a defender of religious freedom and of every individual's right to serve God according to the dictates of his or her conscience. He teaches the need for personal accountability and responsibility in one's choices and the importance of life devoted to service. He urges all, especially youth and young adults, diligently to pursue education and the development of skills that will enable them to become self-reliant, support their families, and serve their fellow men. He promotes learning for the joy and refinement of character that it brings. He is a great advocate for strong families and wholesome family life. Above all else, Elder Christopherson seeks to be a faithful disciple and witness of Jesus Christ. I'm very pleased to introduce to you Elder D. Christopherson, who is here to accept the Philosopher Saint Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize for 2017. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elder Robert Williams. Thank you very much for introducing us with Elder D. Todd Christopherson. And now, let us begin the divine movement of the conferment ceremony. I would request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward as we begin with the conferment ceremony. I also request Professor Dr. Milind Pandey to kindly come forward and read the citation of honor of Philosopher Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize 2017.
Citation of honor awarded with highest reverence and respect to Elder D. Todd Christopherson, member of the Quorum of 12 Apostles, the Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints, for his noble mission of spreading the message of culture of peace and harmony in the entire world through his highly devoted and dedicated humanitarian services towards the well-being of the entire mankind. And I quote, "Sir, we the members of the Philosopher Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize Committee 2017 feel extremely honored and privileged to confer and bestow this most prestigious World Peace Prize in the name of one of the greatest philosopher saints of India, Sri Dnyaneshwara, an embodiment of knowledge, divine, and peace. We take pride in informing your good self that more than 700 years ago, philosopher Saint Sri Dnyaneshwara from the state of Maharashtra, India, just at the age of only 16 years, enlightened the world with the message of knowledge, divine, and universal peace. Through his immortal contribution in the form of Holy Scripture, Sri Dnyaneshwari, a commentary on Bhagavad Gita, the life-guiding scripture of Hinduism, enunciating essential oneness of all living beings and divinity within, appropriately expressed in its opening verse, Om Namoji Adya Veda Pratipadya Jaya Jaya Swasamvedya Atmarupa. Salutations to Om, the ultimate truth, the Almighty God, and enunciated in the ancient Vedas. Salutations to self-consciousness, the pure intelligence, which truly reflects the most scientific philosophy of Saint Sri Dnyaneshwara, that the entire universe is the manifestation of pure consciousness, intelligence, and knowledge divine, which is the realization of the self and the ultimate truth or reality, the Almighty God. Sir, as a member of the Quorum of 12 Apostles of the Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints, you are one of the most revered and respected member of the 15 million strong, highly cultured, disciplined, humane, and pious Mormon community having general authority over the entire church. Honorable Elder D. Todd Christopherson, you have been very fortunate to have the highest blessings of your beloved parents, Mrs. Jean Swenson Christopherson and Mr. Paul Vickery, who deeply inculcated in you the humanitarian values of love, understanding, and compassion towards fellow human beings. Sir, you took an active part in the development affairs of the Mormon community, as well as in establishing an inter-religious and interfaith dialogue with various other communities of the American society. Honorable Todd Christopherson, you have been an exceptionally outstanding missionary with a tremendous sense of devotion, dedication, and capability to serve the community, indicating that you would have a life of unusual significance in the holistic global peace-loving society. Sir, your noble approach towards life and your humanitarian mission cuts across all barriers of caste, creed, race, religion, and boundaries of the nation. Yours is an endless, continuous pursuit towards achieving social, cultural, and spiritual enlightenment among the masses through the Church of Latter-day Saints for the well-being of the entire mankind. Sir, under your able and benevolent leadership, the ethically and morally enlightened, highly disciplined Mormon community, following the time-tested human values, will certainly prove to be an ideal example and a beacon of light to guide the entire humanity on the pathway of harmony and peace. The Philosopher Saint Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize Committee firmly believes that you, Elder D. Todd Christopherson are a truly blessed noble soul destined to promote culture of peace in the world. In fact, you are the true reflection of the words of wisdom spoken by the great noble son of India, Swami Vivekananda, during the first Parliament of the World Religions in Chicago on 11 September 1893, that union of science and spirituality or religion will alone bring harmony in and peace to the entire mankind. Honorable Sir, in recognition of your relentless humanitarian mission encompassing love, compassion, and sacrifice, striving to establish harmony and peace all over the world, the committee feels highly privileged and honored in conferring this most prestigious Philosopher Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize 2017 on your good self at the auspicious hands of Mr. Michael Noble, former chairman, Noble Charitable Trust, and Shiv Sahir Babasaheb Purandare, on Monday, 14th August 2017 at MIT World Peace University Campus, Pune, India. Respectfully, Dr. R.A. Mashelkar, Chairman, Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar, Vice Chairman, and Professor Dr. Vishwanath Dikarad, Executive Chairman. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And let us all begin with the conferment ceremony. Please put your hands together and applaud in a big way as we felicitate Elder D. Todd Christopherson and Mrs. Christopherson with the sacred shawl and the sacred garland of flowers. Very momentous occasion as we celebrate Philosopher Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize. What a beautiful moment that we all are expressing. Sir is being presented with the gold medal towards his work. The gold medal is being presented. A big round of applause, my friends. And along with the check of rupees 5,25,000 rupees. I repeat, rupees 5,25,000, which is approximately more than 8,000 US dollars. The citation of honor being presented to Elder D. Todd
Christopherson. Pandharinath Bhagavan ki, Mauli Dnyaneshwara Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru Sant Tukaram Maharaj ki, Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki.
As it's given to Elder D. Todd Christopherson.
Sri Jnanadeva Tukaram.
A big round of applause, my friends, as the memento of the award being conferred on Elder D. Todd Christopherson.
Jagat Guru Sant Tukaram Maharaj ki jai, Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai.
A standing ovation, my friends. A standing ovation and a big round of applause once again for Elder D. Todd Christopherson.
Pundalika Varda Harivitthal, Sri Jnanadeva Tukaram, Pandharinath Bhagavan.
The applause should continue.
Mauli Dnyaneshwara Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru Sant Tukaram Maharaj ki, Gopal Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki.
What a victorious movement as we confer. What a wonderful moment. A moment to be remembered for a lifetime by all the members present here today. Wonderful occasion of conferment of Philosopher Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize Award for year 2017 that we all witnessed here today. And let us try to capture these moments in our memories, in our cameras, in whatsoever possible. And let's try to recollect all the work that is done by Elder D. Christopherson.
भगवान की जय। माऊली ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज की, जगद्गुरु संत तुकाराम महाराज की, गोपाल कृष्ण भगवान की जय, प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय।
Thank you very much. What a beautiful moment that we all experienced just now while we conferred the Philosopher St. Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize for the year 2017 on Elder D. Christopherson, the member of the Quorum of 12 Apostles, the Church of the Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City, United States of America. I thank Elder D. Christopherson for accepting this award, and it is really a very, very special moment for all of us. And now it's time when I request Elder D. Christopherson, the member of the Quorum of 12 Apostles, the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City, to give away the acceptance speech. Please put your hands together and welcome, with a big round of applause, my friends, Elder D. Christopherson.
I don't know how I'm going to get that prize into my carry-on luggage when I go home, but I'm not leaving it. Good morning and thank you, Mr. Michael Nobel, former chairman of the Nobel Charitable Trust, the World Peace Prize Committee, and to Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, president of the MIT World Peace University, and his family. Greetings to all the governing council of the World Peace Prize, the dignitaries on the dais, and dignitaries and honored guests in the audience, my friends. On behalf of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, its leadership and members across the globe, I warmly thank you for honoring us with this year's Philosopher St. Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Prize. It is a special honor to be on this campus with Dr. Karad and to see the work of his vision, the fruition of his vision, and the blessing that it represents in the lives of so many people. And to be connected to this World Peace Prize in the name of Philosopher St. Sri Dnyaneshwara, such a remarkable personage. Our church is grateful to be part of India's rich diversity of faith traditions. The first Latter-day Saints came to India in the 1850s, and we've had an official presence here since 1981. That same year, the Book of Mormon was translated in Telugu, and the following year it was also published in Hindi and Tamil. Today, the church has 43 congregations in India comprising some 13,000 members. So it is with profound respect for India and her people that I have chosen a topic that connects our religious belief with our common efforts toward peace. I have titled these brief remarks, "The Good That Religion Does." When we think of the good that religion does, our first thoughts turn to the deeply personal effect that faith has in our lives and in the lives of our families and friends. Religion defines and sustains us, For billions of believers, it is who we are and how we live. But religion also benefits nations and communities. Government officials and policymakers like yourselves who seek to establish peace and lasting prosperity for all people of all faiths should understand why and how. Failing to appreciate the good religion does for society and the nation as a whole, and to accommodate religion wherever possible, results in social conflict. In the next few minutes, I'd like to note a few of the ways religion does good. As we examine this subject with an eye toward our common objective of peace, I'll do my best to draw on experiences applicable across religious, political, and cultural boundaries. Some of what I say is based on research here in India. Some is based on international research conducted in multiple countries. Some is based on research conducted in the United States. Whatever the differences among countries and circumstances, similar patterns and trends exist. I hope what I say will aid productive dialogue about the tremendous benefits religion provides to nations, societies, and individuals. I'll first address how religion enriches the entire nation. Second, I'll discuss how religion enriches local communities. And third, I'll describe how religion enriches families and individuals. And fourth, I'll close by explaining why policymakers must be mindful of the great good religion does when defining and protecting religious freedom. First, religion enriches the entire nation. When I say enriches, I use the term to include its literal meaning of increasing wealth. Religion has a significant effect on national prosperity. Studies show that religion fosters trust, a necessary ingredient for social cohesion and for economic growth. Trust affects a nation's economic performance. Italian social scientists have identified a direct link between religious belief and trust. They said, "We find that on average, religion is associated positively with attitudes that are conducive to free markets and better institutions. Religious people trust others more, trust the government and the legal system more, are less willing to break the law, and are more likely to believe that market outcomes are fair." Trust is an essential element of any well-functioning economy, and scholars have found that religion is especially effective at instilling trust, and religious people are far more trusting than people with purely secular points of view. Second, religion enriches local communities. Religious institutions and people are a powerful source of humanitarian assistance. Where they're free to worship and to exercise their faith, religious people give volunteer community service at much higher rates than those without religion. By one estimate, people of faith are 40% more likely than non-religious people to give money to charities, and twice as likely to volunteer their service to community organizations. Highly religious people are more likely to volunteer not only for religious causes, but for secular ones. And religious people are 3 times more likely than the secular to contribute to charities and volunteer each month. One scholar has written that the positive relation of church membership and church attendance to both secular and religious philanthropy appears almost in any article in which this relationship was studied. India is similar in this respect. More than 7 out of 10 people in India reported that their charitable giving was directly linked to their religious belief. This willingness of religious believers to give and to serve arises of compassion that religion teaches us to have for our neighbors, especially those who are poor or otherwise in need. Inspired by compassion, religious volunteers provide vital services for the most vulnerable, food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, schools for the uneducated, and medical care for the sick. More than 90% of those who attend weekly worship services donate to charity, and 70% of them volunteer for charitable causes. Here in India, recent studies indicate that volunteers account for 85% of the nonprofit social service work in India, with Indian charitable donations exceeding $42 billion each year. Taken together, these acts of voluntary service by religious believers and religious institutions lift and strengthen communities. Third, religion enriches the lives of families and individuals. Marriages are more stable and families more self-sufficient because of the influence of religion. Numerous international studies have shown that valuing and regularly practicing religion is associated with greater marital stability, higher levels of marital satisfaction, and an increased likelihood that an individual will be inclined to marry. In fact, sociological studies and literature going back over half a century indicate that religious attendance is the single most important predictor of marital stability. Of course, there are differences in marital stability rates among various faith traditions in India, but research has shown that couples who acknowledge a divine purpose in their marriage are more likely to collaborate, to have greater marital adjustment, and to perceive more benefits from marriage. Children are safer and thrive better in families led by a religious mother and father whose faith inspires them to make personal sacrifices for the strength and happiness of their marriage and their children. Children raised in religious homes are less likely to experience anxiety, loneliness, low self-esteem, and sadness. Simply put, children are happier when mother and father are religious. The influence of religious parents does not end at home. Parents who attend religious services are more likely to be involved in their children's education. The greater a parent's religious involvement, the more likely they are to have high educational expectations for their children, and the more likely they are to regularly communicate with their children regarding school. Children of religious parents are more likely to pursue advanced courses, spend time doing homework, make friends with academically oriented peers, avoid skipping classes, and complete university degrees. Given all of this, it should come as no surprise that studies across a wide diversity of ages, races, and denominations show that religious activity leads to greater individual and family happiness, life satisfaction, morale, and other measures of well-being. Religion enriches the family. Happy marriages, successful children, strong moral character, safe communities, and active, engaged citizens. These are further proof of the good religion does. All these benefits bless the lives of individuals, families, communities, and the nation. But they can occur only in societies that recognize and honor religious freedom. Long experience teaches that repressing religious beliefs and practice diminishes the power of religion to deliver the unique goods that I have explained. Research shows that protecting religious freedom promotes societal harmony. This happens because religious freedom facilitates other types of freedom, ranging that produce better health and higher incomes. Hard experience powerfully establishes, by contrast, that abridging religious freedom leads to conflict. Studies have shown that societal restrictions on religion increase intrastate conflict and religiously motivated violence. Indeed, studies show that government restrictions on religious freedom are the strongest predictor of religious violence and conflict. Countries like India, with strong traditions of freedom, tend to be not only more stable and safe, but more prosperous. A recent study reached this remarkable conclusion: the presence of religious freedom in a country is one of just 3 factors that significantly are associated with global and economic growth. Consider what a difference that one principle could make. Imagine what changes would happen if more officials and policymakers recognized that protecting religious freedom is one of the 3 most significant things they could do to promote economic growth and well-being in their country. India is a country of exceptional cultural and religious diversity. Yet with few exceptions, its people demonstrate tolerance and live harmoniously. This is an example to the world. The Christian community, although a minority, generally enjoys safety and peace to develop and contribute to Indian society, as with other faiths in India. Demonstrable positive results like these I have cited should make religious freedom a public policy for everyone and everywhere. Proposals to diminish religious freedom risk losing the great national, social, and individual benefits I have described. Serious impediments to religious freedom will carry untold costs by denying religion the capacity to do good for everyone. That will only impoverish all of us. It was Mahatma Gandhi who wrote, quote, "The golden rule of conduct, therefore, is mutual toleration. Seeing that we will never all think alike, we shall see truth in fragment and from different angles of vision," unquote. Mutual toleration and respect for diverse religious beliefs is the best way forward. In speaking of the extensive benefits of religion, I would be most ungrateful if I did not acknowledge the blessings from faith in my own life. That faith in God and the Lord Jesus Christ began with the teachings of my dear parents. It has sustained me ever since. A witness of the resurrection of Jesus Christ makes all the difference in how I live. I feel deep accountability to God for my actions and my choices, and I have hope for the future. I can go forward with confidence and a life devoted to service, knowing that He will guide me and sustain me by His Holy Spirit. I am confident that many of you experience the same blessings of religious faith. My friends, peace is our common aim. Peace between countries, peace within communities, and peace ultimately for each of us. Recognizing and protecting faith is the path to that peace. True religion offers a stable foundation for a just and healthy society. It strengthens and ennobles nations, communities, and individuals. It is my hope that we will all recognize and appreciate the great good religion does and work together as people of diverse faiths or no faith at all to build more peaceful nations and ultimately a more peaceful world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise in your seats with a big round of applause. A bigger round of applause, my friends, as we thank Elder D. Christopher Sanji. The applause should continue. We thank him from bottom of our hearts for coming all the way here and accepting this award and honoring us. We thank him along with the entire delegation of United States of America, those who have come here and accepted this award, and it is truly our honor, sir. Thank you very much. And it's time when I request the entrepreneur, expert on energy issues, founder of Noble Sustainability Trust, and former chairman of Noble Charitable Trust, the chief guest of today's honor, Honorable Dr. Michael Noble, to address the gathering. But before that, I would request my technical team to kindly relay a small film.
Born in 1941 in Stockholm, Sweden, Dr. Michael Nobel is a member of the Nobel family and the great-grandson of industrialist and humanitarian Ludwig Nobel. He is the co-founder and former chairman of the Nobel Charitable Trust and currently serves on several international boards that focus on scientific, medical, and charitable initiatives. He promotes energy efficiency and alternative energy technology. After studies in Sweden and America, Professor Nobel obtained a doctorate at the University of Lausanne in psychopedagogy. He then worked for 7 years as a researcher in social sciences at the Institute for Mass Communication at the Lausanne University and at the Department of Social Psychiatry at the Institute of Social and Preventive Medicine. In 1980, Dr. Nobel participated in the introduction of MRI, a field he worked in for 24 years. He regularly gives keynote lectures on various subjects at international conferences around the world. Dr. Michael Nobel sits on several international prize committees and has received many international citations and awards for his work in the fields of medicine and conflict resolution. Dr. Nobel has also received the UNESCO Medal for outstanding contributions to the cultural dialogue between nations. He was awarded the Gusi Peace Prize in 2010, an honor from the Philippines dedicated to those who contributed towards the attainment of peace and respect for human life and dignity. We are truly honored to welcome you, sir.
Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Michael Noble.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be brief. I just wanted to say thank you, Professor Dr. Karar and his son, and also, of course, the guest of honor, Elder Christofferson. What I would like to start to say is that you have the Bible. The Bible says in the book of Matthew that man does not live by bread alone. This is true. To feel appreciated and content, most people need encouragement, me and you, and approval of their ideas, of their behavior, and their accomplishments. Not only from their family and friends, but also from other parts of society. One of the most appreciated and exclusive forms of such acknowledgements are awards, prizes, bestowed at such prestigious events as the one we experience here today, this morning, by the World Peace University. Well, the Nobel Prize in Peace, the prize created by my great-granduncle Alfred, is generally considered by the world as the ultimate accolade for peace efforts. But there are other prestigious awards, and one of them is the World Peace Prize, seen or considered as the foremost peace activity award in this country. Regarding this year's laureate, I'm not a Mormon. I'm a Christian by birth, or a Lutheran, but I have worked with members of the church since 1994 with the Salt Lake City Company. And in my view, there's no better collaborator to be found anywhere. They are scrupulously honest, they are extremely efficient and dedicated, with work ethics second to none. Now, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is unique in several regards. I will briefly explain them. There are 4 areas in which the organization excels. It's assuring the peace and unity within its family structures. It's a strict imposition of an honor code of clean living upon its members, in which no drinking, gambling, or smoking is allowed. There's a great range and scope of humanitarian efforts, which we heard this morning, on a worldwide scale, and I understand that there are 35,000 young members of the church. Currently, they work as missionaries in many countries, providing good, valuable services around the world. So, and the 4th one is an extensive and practical work with refugees to ensure their livelihood and possibilities of survival in a foreign country like the United States. So they richly deserve worldwide recognition. May I therefore be one out of many to congratulate Mr. Christofferson, elder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, for receiving this distinction on behalf of his church. Now, why do they deserve it? Well, the members of the church have shown us that it's possible to translate into concrete action something which lies deep within the hearts of many of us. Compassion for others, desire to help them, these rich expressions of the sympathy between all mankind, regardless of nationality or race or creed and religion, which transformed into deeds. This can and will form the basis for lasting peace. We have heard it several times over the last days. For these reasons alone, the Mormon Church, as it is also called, deserve to receive this and other humanitarian prizes. But they have also given us something more, in my opinion. They have shown us the strength to be derived from faith in the victory of the spirit over force. So, to end it, Mr. Christofferson, your organizations richly deserve recognition for its outstanding humanitarian accomplishments, and I join the prize jury and the entire host organization in the university in congratulating you. The world, you know the world today, with all its problems, it needs you, the church you represent and your work. It needs you more than ever. So thank you, Mr. Christofferson, and my sincere thanks to your organization for continuing your wonderful work. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. A big round of applause once again for Dr. Michael Noble. And let us rise in our seats and thank Dr. Michael Noble for making his way all the way here for this wonderful gathering today.
In the rush of your applause.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Michael Noble, for just reminding me of my duty. I really forgot to make a mention to you, friends, that how and what way, through my esteemed friend Mr. Ashok Joshi and possibly Richard Nelson, I came to know, and of course Nanik Rupani has been responsible to get this great gentleman from the Noble Trust. Friends, I can only tell you one thing, that some people ask me why you have chosen this person. And a mention was made by Mr. Michael that this Mormon community, even though small in number in the world, I felt that when I visited their universities and the Westminster College, Stephen Reagan, I was surprised and shocked that in MIT, you know that in the last 30 years or 35 years, there has been no instance of smoking, no non-veg, no liquor, no meat, being a Vaishnavite. I was little feeling proud of it. But when I went to the universities of the Mormon community, you will not believe even tea is not served. Chaha suddha nahi. And त्याच्या पुढे, for my friends, when this community people, the decent, dignified people, the decency, decorum and dignity is another name of this community, Mormon community, not praising them. But I just felt that this community has so much common with the Indian culture. भारतीय संस्कृती, भारतीय परंपरा आणि भारतीय तत्वज्ञान याचं सुंदर दर्शन दिस मॉर्मन कम्युनिटी आहे. आणि मला असं वाटलं की माझ्या मते की जर इतकं भारतीय संस्कृतीशी निगडीत असेल, if it is so close to Indian culture and tradition and philosophy, possibly this Mormon community small model should be a unique model for the humanity to follow. And that's the reason I felt that Christopher's son, Honorable, he is a real model, a role model possibly for conveying this message of culture of peace through the appropriate understanding of the role of science and religion. About religion, I told you very well that in India we have been believing that all the religions are true and equal, and certainly not one religion or the other, but they have been the way of life, how to live and how not to live. That has been the philosophy of what India stands for. And what a good luck today, Michael, I'm grateful to you. Our relationship, yes, and the relationship with this community under the guidance of Mr. Christopher's son and others will be a unique future for following and showing the pathway of peace and harmony to mankind. Thank you once again for a big clap for him.
Thank you very much, everyone.
I am grateful to Dr. Karad and Rahul Karad for giving me this opportunity. Dr. Karad said, I want Michael Noble to be here on this occasion. And I'm thankful to Michael Noble for accepting our invitation. I can go on speaking volumes and volumes, but I want to really thank the towering personality and a man, an angel of peace. Please give him a big hand to Dr. He's an angel of peace who has been working so much for the peace in this country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now, it's time we hear महाराष्ट्राचं लाडकं व्यक्तिमत्व ज्यांना आता मी बोलण्याची विनंती करणार आहे. महाराष्ट्र भूषण शिवशाहीर बाबासाहेब पुरंदरेजी. I would request him to give his blessings, but before that, I would request my technical team to kindly relay a small film.
Shri Balwant Moreshwar Purandare, popularly known as Baba Saheb Purandare, is a historian, writer, poet and theatre personality from Maharashtra. His works are mostly based on the events related to the life of Shivaji Maharaj, the founder of the Maratha Empire, and he is termed as a Shiv Shahir. He is mostly known for his popular play on Shivaji Maharaj, Zanta Raja, which has been staged nearly 900 times all over Maharashtra, Agra, Delhi, Bhopal and the United States. He has also studied the history of the Peshwas of Pune. He had started writing stories related to the period of Shivaji Maharaj's reign at a very young age. His famous works include books titled Raja Shiv Chhatrapati and Kesari, and a book on the life of Narayan Rao Peshwa. For his works in the field of drama, he was awarded the Kalidas Samman by the Madhya Pradesh government for the year 2007-2008. In 2015, he was awarded with Maharashtra Bhushan Award, Maharashtra's highest civilian award. He is an alumni of MES Bhavi High School, Pune. He has dedicated his life in research of history of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. We are honored to welcome Shri Baba Saheb Purandare.
A big round of applause, my friends, for Shiva Shahir Baba Saheb Purandare ji. At the age of 95, he denied to speak from there. A big round of applause.
सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती. आदरणीय डॉक्टर विश्वनाथराव कराड, व्यासपीठावरील सर्व दिग्गज पंडित आणि थोर व्यक्ती, माझ्या बंधूंनो आणि माझ्या भगिनींनो, ये मराठीचे नगरी अमृतातेही पैजा जिंके. माझा मराठाची बोल कौतुके. मी थोडंसंच बोलणार आहे, पण मराठीत बोलणार आहे. आपण ज्यांचा आत्ता सत्कार केला, आपण तो प्रथम ते त्यांचं नावही छापलेलं आहे तिथे. यांचा सत्कार केला ना, हे त्यांचं नाव. आपण फार भाग्यवान आहोत की अशा पंडितांचा, अशा थोर व्यक्तींचा सत्कार करण्याचा योग आपल्याला लाभला, आणि तोही माऊली ज्ञानेश्वर महाराजांच्या साक्षात मूर्तीसमोर. त्यांचं नाव आहे एल्डर डी टॉड ख्रिस्टोफरन सन. या नावामध्ये सुरुवातीला आहे एल्डर आणि सगळ्यात शेवटी आहे सन. दोन्हींचं एक तेज त्यांच्यामध्ये साबवलं आहे. त्या कार्यक्रमाचं सार जर सांगायचं झालं तर मी एकाच वाक्यात सांगेन, आणि ते वाक्य बहुतेक ज्ञानेश्वर महाराजांचं असेल. पसाय दान या वचनाचा किंवा या काव्याचा जर आपण सार काढला, सगळं त्याचं जसं सर्वसार काढलं, तर मला असं वाटतं जगातील सर्व पवित्र आणि अत्यंत वंदनीय अशा धर्मांच्या मानचिन्हांच्या खाली एवढे एक जरी पसायदान नेलं तर सगळ्या धर्मांचा अर्थ समजेल. इतकं ते मोठं आहे, इतकं ते पवित्र आहे. आणि अगदी मराठीचं नेमकं पाहिजे असेल तर साने गुरुजींच्या एकाच ओळीमध्ये आपल्याला ते सांगता येईल. जगाला प्रेम अर्पावे, जगावरती प्रेम करावं. हा जो प्रेम शब्द आहे, या प्रेमाचं सगळं धर्माचं सार आलं. तुकाराम महाराजांचं म्हटलेलं आहे की प्रेम नाही बोलता ना धाविता ना सांगता, अनुभव चित्ता चित्त जाणे. ते जे चित्ताला चित्त कळतं ना, ते तुम्हा मला धर्मात कळतं. फक्त मी एकच म्हणेन की आपण शुद्ध धर्माचे शुद्ध अनुयायी असावं, त्याची आराधना करावी. मग ते भगवान गोपाल कृष्ण योगेश्वर असतील, भगवान येशू ख्रिस्त असतील, भगवान बुद्ध असतील, सगळेच जे महापुरुष आहेत, भगवान मोहम्मद पैगंबर असतील, ह्या सगळ्याच महापुरुषांचं अनुकरण करणं ही धर्माची आराधना आहे, ही धर्माची सेवा आहे. आणि अशाच एका धर्मपुरुषाचं आज आपण स्वागत केलं, प्रेमापासून केलं, आणि त्यांना आपलं एक चिन्ह, मानचिन्ह हे आपण अर्पण केलं. खरोखर या त्याच्यामध्ये जे अर्पण करणारे होते त्यात मुद्दाम बोललेलं की मी होतो. आणि माझ्या या हातात आज वेगवेगळं पावित्र्य निर्माण झालेलं आहे. मला फक्त एकच परमेश्वरापाशी प्रार्थना करायची आहे. मला परमेश्वरापाशी एकच प्रार्थना करायची आहे की माझ्या हाताला तुळशीच्या पानाचं पावित्र्य दे, की जे तुळशीचं पान हे पृथ्वीपेक्षाही जड होतं. हार्दिक आपल्या सर्व पाहुण्यांना मनापासून धन्यवाद. त्यांच्यावर आलेल्या सर्व माननीय अतिथींना मनापासून प्रणाम. आणि आपल्यालाही सर्वांना या कार्यक्रमात भाग घेतला आणि या कार्यक्रमाचं वैभव आपण वाढवलं, याबद्दल आपल्यालाही सर्वांना प्रणाम. हार्दिक धन्यवाद. हार्दिक धन्यवाद.
टाळ्यांचा मोठा कडकडाट होऊ द्या. उभं राहून आपण टाळ्या वाजवूया. 95व्या वर्षी बाबासाहेब आग्रहाने उभं राहून भाषण करत आहेत, तर आपलं कर्तव्य आहे की टाळ्यांचा मोठा कडकडाट करूया. कडकडाट तसाच चालू राहू द्या.
छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराज की.
I would request Elder D. Christopherson to join him. The applause should continue as two bright people stand in front of us. It's really a memorable moment for all of us. The applause should be bigger and bigger to thank both of them and respect their work of lifetime. Thank you very much. I would now request the Executive Director of Myers MIT Group of Institution, Professor Swati Karat-Sate Madam, to kindly give away the vote of thanks. I request everyone to maintain the silence and decorum and sit at their designated places. Thank you.
Namaskar. More than 700 years ago, the great saint of India, Saint Dnyaneshwara, he spoke about the concept of global village, the global family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And here we are today in the 21st century, marching towards that. The science and technology has made us possible to connect anywhere across the world. Sitting here in this part of the country, we can get a feel of being in the America virtually. Probably because of certain aspects that are being spoken by all the guests, all the eminent people here, the caste, the creed, the religion, some other factors are still dividing us. The one connection probably that is missing is the connecting of the minds. I feel today's gathering is about connecting the minds, the very great minds of two very great countries of this world, the United States of America and Bharat, India. We always learn the virtues, the values, the ethics when they are personified. More than the books, we learn it from an individual who practices it when he or she preaches it. Probably, we all believe in the God, the Almighty, the very invisible force driving the whole world, but we learn the message of Him only through the saints and the gurus, because they are the embodiment of the Almighty. I feel, and we all believe, Dr. Karad, Honorable Karad sir, Honorable Bhatkar sir, Honorable Mashalkar sir, they had conceptualized this very award for promotion of the peace, global peace, and that too in the name of the great saint Dnyaneshwara, because when it comes from the scent, we all learn it. And this very award today, friends, which has been conferred upon a very great personality, I'll say one of the saints of the 21st century, Honorable Todd Christopherson. We are grateful to you, sir, the MIT World Peace Center Alandi and the MIT World Peace University, on behalf of everyone, I'm grateful to you, sir, for accepting this award. I'm grateful to Sister Kathy Christopherson for coming here and accepting this award. We are grateful to Michael Noble, sir, for gracing this occasion, being the chief guest of this very function. Sir, your words have enlightened us. We are very grateful to Father Funk, Elder Robert Williams, for gracing this occasion. थोडंसं मराठीत बोलते. आदरणीय शिवशाहीर बाबासाहेब पुरंदरे ते जेव्हा उठून तिथे बोलायला उभे राहिले, मला असं वाटतं आपल्याला याच्यापेक्षा मी जे म्हटलं आता की एम्बॉडीमेंट, त्यांच्याकडे बघून, त्यांच्या पर्सनॅलिटीकडे, त्यांचे शब्द ऐकूनच आपल्याला जे शिकायला मिळतंय, शांतीचा संदेश, त्यांच्या संपूर्ण जीवनाचं दर्शन हाच एक शांतीचा संदेश आहे. ऑनरेबल शिवशाहीर बाबासाहेब पुरंदरे सर, we are blessed with your presence here. The MIT, our MIT family member, Nanik Rupani ji, we are so grateful to you. Because of you, Dr. Michael Noble is here today as a chief guest. I must thank some people who are sitting in the audience. Of course, on the dais, Dr. Matthew Holland, the president of Utah Valley University, Dr. Denisi, the president of Salt Lake Community College, Dr. Stephen Morgan, the president of Westminster College, our friend Richard Nelson, their families, all the professors from Westminster College and different universities from Utah, the students who have come all the way from USA to grace this occasion, we are highly grateful to you all. Your presence here is the assurance that we have begun the journey well towards the global peace. Because two great countries have come together for this very noble cause with your presence. Friends, there are few people, individuals whose life, whose work is so inspiring. Their noble way of working is so contagious. We have one personality amongst here, a very eminent scientist, a successful entrepreneur, an Indian by origin, by birth, an American, now working in the USA, but his mission is to connect Utah with Maharashtra, Dr. Ashok Joshi, sir. I'll request everyone to give a big round of applause to Ashok Joshi, sir. Sir, your mission is on the right track, I will say, because we could connect the Americans, the citizens of America and the India through this very MIT World Peace University. Thank you, sir, for... Kaka, can you come on the stage? Please give a big round of applause, friends. He might look very small with his height, but he is a very, very great man, great educationist, great scientist of India and America.
Thank you so much. I think I'm so blessed to have this ceremony, and Swati calls me Kaka, and Kaka means uncle. She really became my niece. And we worked last almost 1 year to create this one. I don't know whether you know, but I am classmate of Dr. Vishwanath Karad. And so after 40 years of no contact, we got together. And I understood his mission of peace. And I thought that since I live in Utah, and Utah has done so much good to me, so much good. As a matter of fact, all my success is my karma is because of Utah. I must connect Utah to Maharashtra. I must. That is my passion, and I hope all of you students are going to help me do that. I want to come here again, and as I mentioned yesterday, I want to tell you how we can achieve the peace all over the world. And I was very happy that I could ask, with the help of Richard Nelson, to Elder Christopherson, that whether he could bless us in this journey of peace. And he accepted it. I'm so happy, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I'll describe Dr. Ashok Joshi, sir, that he's a man of technology, an artist at heart, and he's striving hard to design the ecosystems to connect the great minds, networking of minds. May his efforts be very successful. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words. Yes, sir, yes. All the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, the representatives of the print and electronic media from India, as well as I would like to thank Tad Watch. He has came all the way from Salt Lake City to cover this news, this very occasion. I'm sure all of you will make our efforts reach the maximum audience as you always do. We are grateful to you. Not last but not the least, all the students, the staff, all the people who had worked hard for this event. We are thankful to everyone. Friends, if you look at Mr. Todd Christopherson, his face, his body language, everything can inspire you, all of us, to be at very peace. His face is reflecting a lot of peace, his eyes when he spoke. That is what we learn from such functions when we are awarding somebody like him. Their presence itself inspires us to do something better in our lives. So let us carry back these positive vibes of peace and harmony from all these great people on the dais and pledge to do a little bit in our lives by way of our working to contribute to this global peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. Well, my friends, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, has organized this global summation of science and spirituality for the world peace, the integration of technology, innovation, and spirituality. And today, at 2 o'clock sharp, we are going to begin with the valedictory session of this particular summation, which bears the topic of philosophy of education, art, music, and yoga for promotion of culture of peace in the world, which would be witnessed by many dignitaries on the dais. We'll be having Professor Y. Sudarshan Rao, Dr. Jennifer Ritter, Professor Dr. S.R. Bhatt, Advocate Shiraz Qureshi, Sri Santosh Joshi, Maulana Sayyid Karbe Rushaid Rizviji, and many more. We are going to begin with this particular valedictory session at 2 p.m. sharp. I would now request each one of you, as we reach the concluding mark of this particular ceremony, I request everyone to rise in their seats for the Pasaidan. Pasaidan, as we know it and we call it as universal anthem, and it is a prayer that is given to us by none other than Saint Sri Dnyaneshwara himself.